Welcome to the Beard Me That Beard podcast show. I'm David.
And I'm Sam. Boo.
Where's that from?
I don't know, but you were doing a voice. So I was like, I too also
That
shall
sounds like
do
the
that.
flood from Mario.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah.
Is that what it sounded like?
It sounded a little bit like it.
I was trying to go for like an even dopier sounding version of Eeyore.
Welcome to Pod Deck Mini number 23. Techie. So we're using the Techie Pod Deck from the Pod Deck's mobile app.
Yep.
Are you a techie?
No.
Chat about your favorite gadgets with these technology-related questions.
Okay.
Go. Do you think technology will have changed the way wars are fought in 100 years? How?
I mean, technology's changed the way war is fought
Technology
now versus like 100
only
years ago.
changes the way wars are fought.
Yeah.
Will it be like in the future? It will just be how your currency. Because if you make your country's currency zero, they got no money. Done.
I mean, just seeing how war has evolved over like the past century, I mean, like it would stand to reason. Of course, it's going to look totally
I don't
different.
think the bombs are going to be the thing. I think it's going after your economy. That's that's happening now.
I mean, it's all terrible.
Corporate espionage.
But yes.
Modern technology owes ecology an apology. Do you agree? Why or why not?
Are you? Is this like a poem?
I read-
Ecology, an apology for.
What is ecology?
I know musicology because Prince taught me that.
Is ecology that place where you tow your car?
Okay, I feel like our ignorance is showing.
A
Okay,
little bit.
Let me.
Sam's
I have
looking up-
ideas.
Sam's looking up ecology.
Ecology.
Very
I feel like
slowly.
this is something we should know.
I am only 30, so I'm
I
actually
also-
31.
Okay, nope. It says it's showing me a location. All right, here we go. Noun.
That's the tow truck
The
place.
branch, I'm like, ecology. Oh, it's a club. No, the branch of biology that deals with the relations of organisms to one another and to their physical surroundings.
So
So it's like the relations between the stuff and their environment.
Okay, so yes.
So one more time the question, please.
Modern technology owes ecology an apology.
Yeah.
Yes, because
Of course.
technology is
Now that I
basically
know what ecology
ridding
means.
the environment itself.
Yeah, we're just, humans, invasive species. We like to take over shit.
Invasive virus, Sam. we are not
Humans
a species.
are like a virus.
Because beavers are an invasive species, and they don't even fuck up as much as we do.
Well, we just like to, we're like, you know what? There's not enough asphalt and buildings around. There's, you know what? I don't like trees. There's too much green.
I need gas. and
Where is
oil
my
for
my film of smog
for my
just
car to go
floating
fast?
over my cityscape?
I want a bacon cheeseburger, not potatoes.
Rivers. I went to rivers of soda. An ocean. Yeah. It's just, of course it owes.
Why did it change into Willy Wonka for you?
Doesn't it always?
Yeah, it does.
Ugh.
Alexa or Siri?
It's all the same. I don't use either of them. Actually, that's not true. We have a Google Home at home.
Oh man, you're fucked.
I don't use it.
It doesn't matter. You're fucked. Your 5G's already in your brain.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stupid. It doesn't matter. We're all
I use an Android, so I don't have. I use an Android, but I use a Google phone, so I don't actually use any of those.
Yeah,
it's just
neither.
called the Google Assistant. So me and Sam are actually on the same page. Do you tell your Google to play that funky music?
I know my dad uses the one that we have at home
For what?
just like to play music without having to
But
go up and
not to
touch his
like
phone.
like order.
Actually,
6 boxes.
sometimes when we're not really doing much, we like to ask it weird questions. Like we're like, "Hey, what were Arnold Schwarzenegger's measurements when he won, Mr. What was it,
Olympian?
Mr. Universe for the first time?"
and it'll give you the answer.
Yeah, it's just really weird, or
Very
it'd
cool.
give you some weird related thing.
All right. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Do you agree? Why or why not?
Any
Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic.
I mean, it might as well be.
I think because looking at what Tesla and what's his fucking face did. It wasn't Roosevelt, was it? No. Who did? Who flew the kite? Damn it. I forget. Franklin Roosevelt?
Yes, Franklin D. Eisenhower Roosevelt.
Okay, so it was Roosevelt. I guess electricity was magic to people back then.
Franklin.
Ben Franklin?
The kite with the
dollar?
electricity. Yeah, okay, whatever. It's fine. American history.
I think that was magic to people.
I mean, like, okay, a modern man. I don't know where I'm going with this.
What is wrong? How do you start?
I don't know. I just start things, man. And then I like, what are you trying to say right now? Wait a minute.
All right. A modern
Think about
man.
a modern man. Your typical average modern day man might understand, say, like a phone. You get it. It's like, okay, there's technology behind it. I can make calls. I can surf the web.
They don't understand.
They can't understand the intricacies, how the mechanics of how it works.
If you look at a microchip, how the fuck does that work?
Like if you got sent back in time to like say like the early 1900s and had to explain satellites to like a peasant or just like a regular like a farmer. You're like what's a satellite? You're like, oh, it's this thing in space. What does it do? You could send like signals back and forth and like get information from across the planet. Well, how does it work? Fucking radio waves.
Math.
I don't know, man. I'm as smart as you are.
How does your tractor work?
Yeah. It might as well be magic. Like I get like to some degree that something mechanical is going on, but I could not.
I would say
replicate
in 100 years, something will be magic to me and Sam because we'll probably be dead or ghosts. But something like that, I think, like what's next? Like levitation, that will be that's pretty magical right now, that idea, but I'm sure we're not far from it.
Yeah, like anti-gravity boots or something.
Anti-gravity.
A belt.
Juice from Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
I want an anti-gravity
The fizzy
machine.
lifting drinks. And then you have to burp to get down before going into the fan.
Have you ever had to learn a new technology for work to not become obsolete?
Well, I feel like my last job was kind of the inverse.
What? You had to not learn technology?
No, like I had to
obsolete?
learn old technology.
Oh, like what?
Like printing.
I mean,
like paper.
That's not old.
I feel like
That's
in a
just
few
the
years,
standard.
like it'll be more novelty than necessary.
Not if the government doesn't digitize all the documents, which you want.
But anyway, it's like print. Longstanding belief that is a dying medium.
Not to lawyers.
It's not. Yeah, well, because I understand the reasoning why, but it's like for the rest of the world, it's kind of like moving along. And it's mostly digital now. So, but in terms of like having to learn a new thing for the sake of a job, what was the rest of the question? It was
Have you ever had to learn a new technology at work to not become obsolete?
Yeah, I would think. I don't know. When I first got into like customer service stuff and I had my first time looking at a POS system, that was
Did you ever go from one POS and had to learn another one?
Like an updated one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like my first job, it was like one version of it. And then another one, it was like
what
a different
version. Say
version.
It's like, I'm not going to learn that one. I want the old one.
Yeah. It's like, sorry, I'm only familiar with this operating system.
But then you do understand it's probably the same concept.
Exactly. It's just like the
buttons and
format's different.
Interface.
Yeah, but they do more or less the same thing.
How old were you when you got your first smartphone?
Smartphone.
What is a smartphone? Internet or screen? Because the flip phones could go on the
Flip phones
internet.
are not, I would say,
They could go on the
considered
internet.
smartphones. Yeah, it's true.
They had cameras.
Even if it was kind of archaic.
They could go on the internet. They had Facebook mobile.
You could buy
they had
ringtones.
MySpace mobile.
You could go You could go online on the store and be super self-conscious that you were spending your parents' money.
There weren't apps. They were just websites.
I would say think like your version 1 iPhone, like around that time.
I still have it.
Yeah.
When
Was
did
that
I
like
get
your
it?
first one?
Yeah,
Like your first smartphone.
2009.
Yeah, that's about the time.
But
you
I
were rolling
had
stuff
the
out, right?
BlackBerry Blackjack. And
See, I
that
wouldn't
had-
consider
had
that
a smartphone. That
I
was
wouldn't
like
consider
a
that a
PDA.
smartphone.
That's
It was like a pocket organizer, a digital pocket organizer
which is
slash
exactly
phone.
what our phones are.
True,
That's all
but
they
it's
are.
so much more.
You are a bad man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably like late high school though.
I got my first iPhone in 2000 when I graduated. No, 2 years after that. Yeah.
Like
was
I would say late high school or just after
I was
high
like
school, probably
20,
first.
20 or 19. But I had like a Blackjack. A
Blackjack?
Samsung Blackjack too. It was such a good phone. I liked it so much. So I had that for a couple of years. Here's a funny question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you accept cookies?
Only from Girl Scouts. No, do you accept cookies?
That's
Digital cookies.
It's funny because every website now has a thing. Like,
Or it's like, oh, we use cookies.
would you have to accept
Do
it?
you accept?
Yeah. Do you accept that we're stealing your information and things you're looking at?
I mean, like, I don't think it really matters if you say yes or no. I feel like they're just going to do it. That's kind of just to put you at
I think
ease.
legally in California they can't
Yeah, but how do you regulate that?
easily. The government
How do
comes and
you
checks.
how do you personally
I
verify
go to
for
their
yourself?
place and I kill everyone, and then it's regulated.
That is the correct answer. I always say no, but fuck me, I don't know if that works. So
Yeah, some websites don't care.
yeah,
that
they
you
don't. They
say
don't
yes
even
or
give
no.
you an option. They just
Well,
like
no,
what
I'm
it is what
saying
it
they
is.
don't care what happens if you say yes or no.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
You're still getting the website.
Yeah, they're not
But
getting a slap
there
on the
are like
wrist.
one or two websites that are like, nope, can't give you. You gotta say yes.
Sorry, non-negotiable.
Get fucked. and those are the websites that need to get fucked.
But you know, good on them for coming up with the term cookies because you could have made it so much less appetizing sounding.
Casheweries.
Would you like disease? They call it just a simple name change.
Well, if they called it
to reflect.
anything what it actually did, people wouldn't.
Yeah,
really.
no, that's why it's like, you know, let's do some positive word association.
Like if they called
Cookies.
it
Who doesn't like a good batch
if
of
you called it
cookies?
racist, you wouldn't. You would say no.
No, because always no racism. Bad for you.
How do you? This is a really funny question. I think.
How do you say-
think technological advances can help us solve global warming? I don't think.
I want to create a Mr. Freeze style freeze gun, and we could just
Snowpiercer this
just-
place out. Yeah.
Yeah, deck it up.
I think there is no advancement other than hydrogen fuel cell that can help this planet. And
See-
even, I think that it's been said, even if every gas car immediately turns to electric, there's no stopping the damage.
It's too
That
little,
being
too
said,
late.
that electric energy is coming from something that's also producing, bad stuff. But hydrogen fuel cell doesn't.
I mean, I don't know enough about any of this to really speak with any kind of expertise. But you know, if they come up with some kind of thing in the 11th hour to fix it,
It's not.
sure. But
I guess
doubtful. It's probably, like we
would
said
you
earlier, too
hope-
little, too late.
Would you hope that would happen
I hope.
for your family? Don't you want? You
I
want
hope
kids,
me,
yeah.
my loved ones, everyone I care about is long dead before we have to deal
Aren't you
with the
planning on having kids,
consequences.
though? Or
Yeah, but I also want them to have full lives and also be dead before that happens.
which might not be.
So
a
then
thing.
I'll just do them a favor and not have any. So
There you go. I like that. What has technology actually made more complicated? Life, the way we
Definitely.
socially interact. I believe the people have a false courage, so they say whatever they fucking want, but they couldn't say that in real life.
I would say, for as much as technology has given us in a positive light, it has given us
Everything
just as
is-
much
is negative too.
on
yeah.
the you know.
yeah.
Yeah, it evens out. Technology is what it is.
Yeah.
It advances things in both directions.
Can you imagine if technology was further ahead, like in the dark ages? Like that's when
Why?
they
If we'd
discovered-
gotten like smartphones
Like
in the time
electricity
of
by
like
then, yeah.
swords and shields and stuff, it'd be fucking
that'd be
crazy.
We'd be gone. It'd be fucking nuclear war.
We wouldn't
Yeah.
be here. It would have been like so many generations behind, just gone.
Do you still know how to read a paper map?
Yeah.
It's not like
We're thankfully born.
That being said,
we're born
if you look at
far enough
any
back
map,
where we remember.
they all look the same. Like Google Maps kind of looks like a regular map, just with the ability to zoom and just have some.
Right.
I tell you, but
the overall look of a map has not changed much.
Yeah. So I can and give me a map of a place I don't know. I'll just have to take my time finding this shit.
I mean, I could definitely route stuff on a map. Now, applying that in real world, like I mean, like looking around for landmarks.
I could do it
if I don't have street names.
100% could do it.
Yeah. Yes, I can read a map.
Do you like to always have cutting edge technology?
No, but
It's
society makes it kind of difficult to have anything old now.
Phones
because they make obsolete things unusable after a time.
Yeah, Apple.
Fuck you.
Where's my money?
My iPhone was perfectly fine until you sent a signal to it and just started killing the battery, and then it just slowed down to a snail's pace.
You had to charge it
now I have to spend
6 or 7 times, right?
$4,000. What?
You have to charge it every 4 or 5 times, right?
I don't know. I just constantly charge it when I'm in the car, so
Poor battery.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I don't always have cutting edge technology.
I mean,
I like to have sometimes cutting edge technology, but then, like Sam said, the next day there's a brand new something.
Yeah. I like to have things for a while. But of course, there's always going to be something appealing about a new thing.
Yeah.
So there's always going to be that pull. But I mean, make the stuff you have last.
Okay.
That's what I think.
It's not going to happen. What could never be replaced by technology? Why not?
Relationships.
Nope. That's already done.
That's not true.
Gone.
Can never be replaced by technology.
I mean, I can make a joke. A physical book. As opposed to a digital book.
What could never be replaced by technology?
The experience of being somewhere. Driving a car.
You don't think we're going to have automated cars? We already have automated cars.
But it's always going to have that driving ability unless they completely, the AI is so smart.
Oh, you take away our ability to drive.
I mean, also, wouldn't we need to drive in an emergency? Like a hit and run, we got to get out.
Blame it on the car. The car did it.
I mean,
the way technology goes, I think with time, you could realistically see technology just kind of overtake everything. But I like to think that the things that make us human would be a good separator.
Yeah.
So it's a machine can't replicate the way you feel about stuff or your experience to a T for just living and
ladies
whatnot.
and gentlemen, Will Smith from iRobot.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm allergic to bullshit.
Great line. Stunning! Save her!
Yeah.
Save the damn girl!
Yeah.
I would say that, like I said it before, experience, going somewhere and experiencing a piece of art, piece of music, live. Talking to a bartender at a bar. Going to your favorite coffee place with your favorite barista.
Are you trying to just
I'm trying to relate to you.
Yeah, I was like, oh, David's trying something right now. That's
Did it
nice.
work? Yes, it did.
Yes, we're friends.
No, we're not.
It's all for show.
Damn it! I could have said, "Shut up."
Shut up.
How has technology impacted education? Coming off a pandemic, and still in one.
A big thing.
Laptops, fucking online everything.
Yeah, remote learning, all that stuff. That wasn't even the conversation a few years
ago. That would
ago.
have never been a thing February 2020.
Or even on anyone's minds.
And now it's...
Now that's
now it's
I don't think we can go back. That's always going to be an option now.
I will argue that it's probably not going to be an option because money in the seats.
Well, I understand... I was going to say the fiscal ramifications. No, that sounds so stupid. But
but that's the real thing.
If schools would be so stupid if they didn't make that an option, going forward, because I feel like, people have a taste for that now. They're like, oh, well, this is much easier for us in our living situation.
I think most parents don't want to be parents 24 hours a day.
That's not 100% of the population, David. I feel
I would
like
say that's 90% of the population.
no, that's realistically they're not. That's not going to go away. That will be an option going forward.
You can't be a parent. You can't have a job. You can't make sure they're in class all of the time. You just can't. And can you afford a nanny? Maybe, maybe not. I think it helps. It's a daycare, but it's also like for kids to socialize.
I'm just saying that's a thing they didn't have that they're definitely going to have.
I don't think so.
Going forward.
I mean, maybe for people
You're wrong, David.
Who are not trying to get
well, neither of us are parents,
vaccine, so I don't think it's going to, yeah, I think it's for special occasions, but I think for the most part.
Don't believe that. Go ahead.
As opposed to someone who's at a university who probably knows a little bit more.
I don't.
Thoughts on
that
I don't know what this is. Oh, cryonics. Would you freeze
freezing.
your head to be brought back to life in the future?
For how
Can
long?
I just freeze my arm and someone have, like in the Rick and Morty episode where that arm takes over Rick or Morty?
Oh, like Metal Gear style?
Like it's getting buff and it wants to kill like the king.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't really. I was like, that's a plot point in some Metal Gear games that I'm sure you're
Would you freeze your
unfamiliar
head to be brought back to life in the future?
like Futurama style.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. Are they frozen? I just know they're in like glass jars with liquid.
No, that's different. You're preserving. As opposed to this, you're frozen. So there.
Yeah, I know. I was saying that's why I'm saying I'm like, wait, is that the same thing? That wouldn't
It's
be the
different.
same thing.
No,
but they are past
the,
people
yeah.
in the future.
This is the ability to hopefully be able to bring you back to life.
This is almost Demolition Man style.
Yeah, this is basically a frozen. Yeah, but they do have this right now. They literally have this, but they don't have the technology to unthaw you,
to surgically attach your head,
actually keep you alive
to a cadaver.
Yeah, so.
Nah, I'm fine with my time
Also,
that I have.
like one power outage and like all these freezers just start thawing.
Well, I'm sure they'd be like on some backup generator, backup system.
When the
Idiocracy style,
EMP
David.
falls. When Ocean's 11
Just brick
decides
it,
to rob your casino next door.
What if it's like a backup generator inside a lead-lined room?
What was that thing
with
called? How's the
just
power
so
getting
many
out?
layers? What?
How's the power getting out?
It's fine.
What is that thing called?
What?
The bomb in Ocean's 11.
The bomb?
You the bomb. What was that bomb?
I don't know, man.
A pinch.
Oh, okay.
Pinch. It's a pinch.
That's great.
What are your thoughts on investing in NFTs?
I don't even know what that is.
I think it's non-fungible.
Is that like a new
it's like
Law and Order series?
Yeah, actually.
NTFS.
Yeah.
What does that stand
NFTs.
for? New.
Not for the Sam.
Not the.
Never for the Sam.
Perfect. But that might as well be what that question said to me.
I don't know enough about it, but I have looked it up, and it just seems like a way for
as long as Dick Wolf is producing, I'm on board.
Dick Wolf. Dick Wolf.
Dick Wolf.
This is a weird question, but I guess Nintendo or PlayStation?
That seems out of place in here.
Yeah, what's technology, I guess. Yeah, scratch your ear. Oh, yeah.
I'm digging in, man.
Yeah. I felt that.
Nintendo or PlayStation?
I'm gonna say Nintendo.
I feel like Sony's always gonna try and push like the technological envelope,
boundaries.
but I feel like as a company, Nintendo probably is a little more customer service.
I would say
minded.
the three biggest game companies: PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox.
You mean the consoles?
Yeah, what companies?
I mean, PlayStation is not a company. Sony.
It's a brand.
Microsoft.
It's a department somewhere from a company. But I'm saying there's only one that only does video games, and that's Nintendo. And they do it good.
Like exclusively video games.
And they do it so out of the boundaries of just games and how you interface with them.
I feel like Nintendo probably tries the more innovative kind of stuff, whereas Sony and Microsoft tend to play it a little more safe.
The controllers really haven't changed.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you look at the past few generations of consoles, like outside of shape
Yeah.
of the consoles themselves, like they really haven't done much. Unless you look at like a Nintendo, it's
Yeah.
like every generation, it's like a completely
their
different looking
Xbox
machine.
And PlayStation are computers.
Yeah.
And the Switch, that's like a full. They went tablet. Like
They went from
hey, yeah.
Wii U to Switch,
and
then from
Switch OLED, whatever they're calling it, Pro. I don't know if they're calling it the Pro, but
I mean, just looking at the leaps they've gone through since the NES to
GameCube,
the Switch,
the Wii
versus
the Wii was huge.
Yeah, versus like a PS1 to a PS5,
which is
like the controllers hardly changed.
The color just got black,
and it's like they got progressively fatter,
don't
then slimmer, then fatter
though?
again.
They have VR.
Yeah, but that's like
right? They have the little wand too, right?
I mean, like sure.
Is that any fun?
I don't know.
It doesn't look fun.
Do any of that
Xbox doesn't care.
I think they tried with the Kinect, and then
that was I like the idea. They just went like it's just not ready.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
The VR thing I thought would be cool on PlayStation. That's disappointing. How addicted to your phone are you?
Probably pretty addicted.
Could you go 5 minutes without it?
I mean, I've already
Like
done
giving
that.
me your phone physically.
I'm not giving you my
See?
phone, but I will put it in a bag
hella
and run it over.
I'm not gonna give you my phone, but I'll put it in
I
a
will
bag
break
and then
it.
give it to you.
Let me package it nicely for
Fucking
you.
agoraphobe.
Don't touch it with your raw hand. Cat hiss. Cat hiss
I
at
would
you,
say
sir.
I'm pretty addicted to my phone, but it's easily at work. I can just not check it for hours.
It's more,
Hours.
I like to think I don't necessarily need it, but I feel like I always have like an odd compulsion when I have idle hands to just pick it up. It's very easy to just scoop your phone up when you're not necessarily doing anything.
It's like you're bored. You need
Yeah, you just
feedback.
you know?
I need feedback. Ganja.
Just a man in 2021.
The
and,
modern man.
my modern man. Where is this going? I don't know what I'm saying.
Modern man and modern phone.
Modern man, modern phone, relationship, the symbiotic nature,
Mac
technology.
or PC?
Where do you sit on this?
We are a Mac household.
You're a Mac.
And
I'm a
honestly,
Mac.
I would have bought a PC
Mm-hmm.
if Final Cut wasn't an Apple product. And I only bought the iMac for video editing, and I refused to pay a subscription to Adobe Premiere.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought the iMac.
Honestly, I don't necessarily have like a brand loyalty. It's just
you've had both.
I've been on both sides of the coin,
Yeah.
but like since high school, I've had primarily Macs, and I'm just used to that interface.
I've had after high school, I had an Asus laptop and a HP PC.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a Mac Mini in like 2012.
Mm-hmm.
And then this iMac.
Yeah. So I guess we could both safely say that we're
Yeah.
Mac users. But like, if put a cool PC in front of me that does stuff that I'm interested in better than what I have currently, and like I wouldn't say no. So
It's all the same.
yeah.
Yeah. Just like driving a car.
Yeah.
They kind of all do
Get
all
you
the
from
same thing.
they get you from A to B. So
Or B to A or
What-
C to D.
pick
to
your
A
fucking
to F.
alphabet.
All right, last question, real
Ka-
quick.
ka-
Do you think AI will eventually become sentient?
I mean, isn't that what all the experts like project?
I'm gonna say no, and here's why. Because, well, it's possible, but I think humans will always design something to fail.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just what we fucking do.
I wouldn't say we design things to fail, but being human, we are prone to making errors.
Errors.
So
So I
even what
think-
we consider perfect is probably going to have
you can
flaws.
only tell AI to like, it's whatever the program is, right? Like if you program it to think, that's still a boundary. Like humans, we are bound to what our mind can do, some more than others, right? So that's my thing. It's like, can a human make an AI that can think in a sentient way? But then I think, oh, what if that AI makes an AI, and that is then truly where the boundary breaks? But then it's like, how does that work? Why couldn't the human do it?
I don't know, man.
I know, like the Google CEO is like, AI is coming. Like it's like we gotta be ready for that and be like ready to stop it. And I'm like, what AI? My Google Assistant. That's the AI you're talking about. She annoys the fuck out of me.
I don't know, man. I'm not an expert. So,
But do you think that it would?
I mean, like, well, anything's possible. Sure, whatever.
So that's just basis on that.
Yeah, I mean, like, you hope certain things don't happen in your lifetime, but if something happens, I mean, whatever happens, happens.
I feel like it's also like Y2K, where it's like it's a bad thing.
All I know
but
is
it might
I
not be a
feel
bad
like,
thing.
yeah, I was like, all I know is, for my part, I'm not going out trying to create just a thinking machine that could
Sam will be the
usurp
interface
me
for the new AI.
Yeah, all I know is when it happens, if it happens, it won't necessarily be exclusively my fault. And I'm okay with that.
God.
Narcissist.
Narcissist.
Narcissistic.
Thanks for listening.
Keep drinking, keep listening. Beer Me That Beer is a San Diego-based craft beer YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, and podcast show.
And for more of us, check out beardmethatbeer.com. That's beardmethatbeer.com. If you want to reach out directly to us, email us at bmtbinfo@gmail.com. That's bmtbinfo@gmail.com.